retirement.
Okay. Now that's great. That's great. It's a pleasure to have you on, and we hope to learn from your experience as you take us through a lot of studies this evening.
Mhm.
Thank you very much for showing up.
Yeah, it is. It is a few weeks ago, a few months ago. Um, we discussed in our group in the Dental Technicians Guild. Maybe you know the DTG from Facebook. We had a short discussion about. I did the world map of the DTG, where at every point in the world members are to find. But there is a white spot in the central of Africa. And I asked myself and also the colleague, do you know anything about the colleagues in Africa? We only have in South Africa, we have good colleagues, very talented colleagues. In Cape Town, for example, Oliver Meyer, you know him possibly, and he's a denturist. But I did not know anything about the rest of the continent. And so it is a funny thing on one hand, and it's also very interesting to learn about from you and from all you are doing, how you are living, what is the experience. And in my opinion, it is the most interesting in our times to be able to get in touch, in contact to other cultures, to other people, and hopefully meeting new friends. So I did 2 years ago with the Arabs, for example. I was completely did not know anything about that and was so surprised about the people there, the kindness, and the profession is growing. You see, I have contacts to Syria, for example. Good people in Syria, they are suffering from the war, but they are still doing teeth. And this is, I met a teacher from Damascus. I met a female teacher for dental technicians. It's a colleague of you, and I was surprised. She listened to one of my lectures and asked for the material I have to be able to teach the technicians what I have shown on the lecture, because they have not the chance to come out. Yes, and this is fantastic for me. You must see. The profession is like a ladder. Every step you do, you get a little bit higher. But anyway, you reach your personal top level, and then it's time to give something back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you learn such a lot along of your life, and if you don't give it back, so it was no sense to learn it. Yeah. And this is what I'm actually feeling, and that's very, very welcome to you, and let's do a good job.
Glad to have you. I will briefly introduce myself, though we did that during our Facebook chat. I am Olubodun Olufemi from Nigeria. I am an instructor to undergraduate dental students at the university, and I've been doing that for 16 years. Though close to 30 years, I've been practicing dental technology, and I must confess to you, advancement in the field in Nigeria and generally in Africa cannot measure up to what we have in advanced countries. And that is why Dental Technology Africa, which is the name of our group, is seeking ways of connecting with people across the world, since travel is very costly these days. We want to see how we could connect with experts like you across the world who have put a lot of years and who have attained a level of giving back to the profession. I'm glad that we share virtually the same time soon, and our meeting will be, I hope, convenient for you on a weekend like this, which we believe our internet and connectivity is higher and better, so we can hear you very well. With me is Mr. Omatayo Ebenisa. He's also another dental technologist. He's a member of Dental Technology Africa, the steering team in Nigeria. We have members across Africa, and we are trying to connect more countries, just as we are seeking help from all over the world. Our main objective is to raise the profile of our profession and to ensure that we advance our practice and education as much as we can. Like I did mention earlier, I said that it is difficult and the cost is so high for us to seek training outside Nigeria. And that is why we want to take advantage of 21st century technologies to connect with experts. We are happy that Mr. Louis Sharp, who introduced you to us, was the first person to do a webinar for us. I was so glad, and we continue to make reference to that. And I'm happy now that you have come on board, you will be ready also to give us your best. You did ask before this meeting which area of specialty we will be focusing. I said everything that you can give to us.
Yeah, of course. We'll appreciate that. We'll appreciate that.
And we want it to we want it to take two forms. We want a situation where you do a presentation, and with your camera, if you can help us to do a live demo. I know you told us about a training school you have, and I know it is likely you may have had some facilities to easily do this for us. So it takes two forms. Presentation, maybe using your slides, then live demo on specific appliances. If you could do that for us over some time, maybe occasionally, or maybe we arrange for maybe weekly for several weeks, that would be very fantastic. And that would be mission accomplished for us. So I will appreciate if you can tell us a little more about the school and about the practice in Germany as we get ready to host you to several of our webinars.
Okay. So let me start. Let me start with my lab. We are in the lab 8 people working. We are 3 master dental technicians, German master dental technicians. One of them is my middle-aged daughter. I have 3 daughters, and she is also a master dental technician. And if I go for retirement, she will overtake the lab one day. Wow! So that's good. Yes, she is really good. Yeah. And so actually, I have a little bit more time, because the other master in our staff is and my daughter are working close together. We have another educated certified dental technician. So she studied the business in our lab. So my wife is doing the complete organization. She is the manager of the lab. She is doing all the calculations. She's doing all the paper stuff, the computer stuff. So I'm fully concentrated on my clients and on my job. Yes. And this is how we work now since 33 years. We started the lab in '84, last century. And we have a small growing. It's not my opinion to get a huge lab. It's enough for me. It's enough to live. It's good how it is. We have problems with clients like everybody else. We have problems with stuff like everybody else. And the education for dental technician in Germany runs like that. The door is opening, somebody is coming in and asking, I want to get dental technician, and please give me a place for education. Okay, and then you decide, you do a little test, then you decide, is he good enough for you? Is he talented or not? Is he concentrating his job? And you offer him for the next 3.5 years the base education. And he has to do, in the middle of the education, he has to do exam, practice and theory. And at the end, he has to do a week-long exam for theory and another. No, the theory is 3 days, but the practice is about a week. So afterwards, they get their documents and they are certified dental technicians. It is,
Okay.
I think it is clear to see that we are not able in the lab to do the theoretical education. So we have, for every profession, we have schools. If you go to the barbers, they have a school for theory. And they do courses also. And same in the dental technician, we have a school and we have the practice courses in the school to round up the complete thing to be ready for the exams afterwards. This is a dual system. On one side, it is the theory, and on the other side is the work job. And so we have about per week, per year, we have about 10 weeks where our students are out of the lab in the school. So the rest of the time they are in the lab and work what the boss is giving them. Some are very talented. You can give them a patient shop after 4 weeks. The last one, she won an award in her exams. She started with ceramics after 12 months. So she's a fantastic ceramist. She's doing pretty work, and I have no need to control it anymore. I do it because she wants it, but it's not necessary. I don't find any failures in that work. And she's just 20 years old. Yeah, she will have a great future, I think. So
Wow.
This is how the education can work, should work. Okay. Then after that, you have a lot of offers of courses. From companies, from private people like me, for example. They offer their knowledge for any training, for money, or for just for pleasure sometimes. I do a lot for pleasure like that, actually. And so you have the chance to educate yourself in the next few years. And if you feel good enough and you have enough experience in any field of the dental business, you could go to a master school. This is the next level of a theory, and also the courses, and do your master exams afterwards. And it's covered the complete dental business from orthodontics to fully dentures, removables, bars, attachments, implants. Everything must be covered in that. Composite, ceramics, everything. And this is one of the hardest exams you can find in the world. And a lot of people, especially my friends from Arabia, they want to come to Germany to get the German master police. Yes, because it's really hard. Yeah, you are not allowed to do any failure. The work you have to do in 1 week must be perfect. I mean, I can show you anyway, and I can show you my own exam work 30 years ago. What is requested? It's when I saw what my daughter has to do in the exams, I think it is horrible. It is horrible. Yes. So, enough with this master title. You are allowed to open a lab. Yeah. Okay. Without a master title, you are not allowed to open a lab, and you are not allowed to educate any young people for bringing them to examination. Yes, this is not allowed. Controlled is that all by the Chamber of Crafts we have in several parts in Germany, and they do the controlling. They do the people who are doing the exams bring together, and this is how the education works. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you there. It's like the training in Germany is like kind of apprenticeship kind of training. Am I right?
Yes.
So there's no degree program. There's no bachelor degree program, master's degree program.
No.
Okay.
It is. You don't need any special school, high school level or something like that. this is not the request, because this is craftsmanship, and you can start with the basic education from school. Maybe also this basic education from school is a little bit different to your country. I don't know. I have no experience with it, but I think so. And you start after school. You start by new. They can start. The last one, what I told you, my young lady, she started in the age of 15. Yeah, and she's now she's 20. So in 5 years she did this step after step, and she's amazing. She's really amazing.
Okay, so sorry, so which means as a master technician, you, like others in Germany, you are allowed to take young people through these different stages of training. Then who administers the certification? Who controls certification for them? How do they go about being certificated?
This is doing the Chambers of Craft. We
Chambers
have in
okay.
Chambers of Craft is
okay.
They doing the how-to, and they're doing the framework about that. What must be done over these 3.5 years basic education. They are controlling that all.
Okay.
There are actually 4. Not how is it not examinators? No, it's not the right word. What is it? Who is doing the examination? The exams? Who is? I'm missing the word right now. Wait a second.
Okay.
I will find it.
Okay, while you look for it, while you are talking, Mr.
Examiner, it's called.
Yeah. While you're looking for that, let me quickly introduce you to the new person that just came in. His name is Dennis Emihe. He's one of our the team of Dental Technology Africa in Nigeria. We have
Dennis, welcome.
Okay. Okay. Maybe while you're looking for that, let him briefly introduce himself, and as well tell you about the education setting for dental technology training in Nigeria. Mr. Dennis.
Thank you very much, Dr. Luboden. I really appreciate it. I thank Mr. Joachim for obliging us with this. Can you all hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
I thank Mr. Joachim for obliging us with this session. I really appreciate it. So, my name is Dennis Emihe, and I'm a dental technologist from Nigeria. I'm part of the starring team of Dental Technology Africa here in Nigeria. So, I'd like to talk briefly about the education system in Nigeria for dental technology. Dental technology is run as a degree program or a diploma program in universities and polytechnics. Basically,
please, can you make it a little louder, because I see that Mr. Hans is not really hearing you very well.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, better. That way is better.
All right. Thank you very much. I was saying that we run it as a degree program or a diploma program here in Nigeria. So basically, it takes 4 years to graduate from a diploma program, and then it takes about 5 years to get a degree in dental technology here in Nigeria. Afterwards, you get licensed. You have a regulatory body here in Nigeria where you get licensed to practice, able to practice. So once you are fully licensed and you are certified, so you can go ahead and practice in institutions and in hospitals, and you can of course set up your own personal dental lab and then do your private practice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I understand. It's a little bit different, but hopefully the same result.
Sure.
Let me ask about the technical level in your country. You see a lot in Facebook, in any publications from companies. A lot of my colleagues, a lot of German, American, wherever they come from, colleagues, they show you daily, they show you a special kind of work. Where is the standard in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, we, like Mr. Dennis has said, the first 4 years, which could result to a higher national diploma or a bachelor degree, enables an individual to cover all the specialties of dental technology, but not in depth. The training covers every specialty, but not an in-depth training. So what happens is that anyone who graduates from that could begin to focus on another specialty or a specific specialty. And that would go for a master's degree program where he now specializes in a specific interest.
Okay, this is how the Americans also do. They have their license, and afterwards they search their spot in the business, their special field in the business to work the next 40 years. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
What I hear is that if you do it by a bachelor degree, you get your license with a bachelor degree, you are much more ahead to the American standard. Let me say that. Yeah, I was wondering when I have been there last year and this year in August on an international competition in Utah. I was wondering how the dental technician image is in the United States. They have almost no education anymore. So they can do, it's unbelievable. They have no clue what they are doing. That's why we from our dental technicians guild are thinking about doing education courses and other things for the colleagues, for the young colleagues who want to learn the business. It is, for me, it's a horror, I tell you. You are far further than the American standard is.
Wow.
Okay. Okay, I think you wanted to show us something briefly while Mr. Emihe was responding to my question the other time. I don't know, you were looking for something. Can we see it now?
Pardon?
Yeah, you are trying to look out for something to show us why Mr. Emihe was introducing our education. Yes. I don't know if you have really found it now to share your screen with us.
Yeah, we could. The question is what especially you want to do. Yesterday I showed you some work from daily work from my lab, some pictures, and did everybody have these pictures? Get these pictures meanwhile.
Okay. Well, I think, sorry, thank you very much. What I was trying to say was that probably you have things on your screen presently that you intend sharing with us beyond that you've shared already.
Yeah, I have a lot of pictures.
Do you have anything of such?
A lot of photographs and for example, what I can show you actually is a presentation about colors. If this is interesting, I am involved in a German company, White Peaks Dental Solution. It's called. They are doing zirconium blanks, and he engaged me for lectures in the Arabic area. I also was with these lectures. I was in Rome, so I can show you a little bit about that if you are interested. I can show you some patient cases. We can discuss about some daily work cases. I can show you, whatever you like to see. It depends on you. It's a lot of material. It's nothing prepared, so I have no problem to bring you on my screen. That's
maybe,
all right.
Okay, maybe in the next
I want
5 minutes. Maybe the next 5 minutes you show some things. Then we begin to ask questions about the dental technician Facebook you talk about, maybe you can give us in the chat the web link so that we can join. Maybe some of what they do in South Africa, because we have some friends there, but not too many of them. And maybe something about your school too that you could tell us, because some of our colleagues might be interested in coming to the school, or maybe if you have such arrangement, come to your lab and have about 1-2 weeks during the summer holiday and be able to learn something.
Yeah, this is what I did. I had 2 years ago, I had a young colleague from Portugal. He was here for a week, and he got ceramic training in my lab. And this year I had a young colleague from Beirut in Lebanon. He also was in my lab for a week, but I think he was not really, how to say, he did not take out the maximum he could get, because he had too much influences by culture, by food, by everything, and he's a young man. He wasn't concentrated on his base job, and so far I will not say it was wasted time, but yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's see your screen now, and maybe you tell us some few things about some of the appliances you already made.
I think.
Okay, please, maybe before then, sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, before then, I wanted to ask something about the training over there. I had a discussion recently with uncle over there in Germany, and he was actually telling me that the issue with Germany is the language barrier. Like you can't have people come over from Nigeria to that place and then to learn 1 or 2 things without understanding the language. Because like I can hear you speak now, you speak quite fluently, yeah, and it's quite proficient.
Yes.
So I wouldn't know, is there still that language barrier? Are there things you need to meet up with to come over for training? Because if I may ask, I think I would say I'm interested in your program there, and I would like to come for training. I wouldn't know if you would permit me. So let me know clearly if there is a language barrier or any limiting factor that might hinder my movements. Yeah.
Actually, it is that every child in school has to learn at least 2 languages.
Okay.
There's first foreign language always in every town, in every school in Germany is English. And the second can be French, can be Spanish. Some started Chinese, Russian. But one common language is English. And you will not find, let me say, if you are on the street and look for assistance, for help or something like that, you don't need longer than 5 minutes to find anybody who is understanding what you mean. And the children start learning English in the age of 10 years old, and if they are coming out of school in the age of 15, or they start school in the age of 5 or 6, and if they come out of the school earliest in the age of 15 or later on 17, 18, they are fluently in English. We have the music is the music is almost everything in English. German music is not listened by the young people, and some little children are singing English and don't know what they sing. But the language
it's okay.
is familiar meanwhile. So the language barrier, in my opinion, is not existing. So if anybody would like to come to visit me in my lab, I can promise everybody is speaking English. One more, less, but everybody is understanding what.
Great.
Please,
all right, that means
can we have your screen now? Because we don't want to take much of your time. I know your time is so precious. Let's see your screen.
How does it work?
Okay, you see share screen down.
Pardon?
You down the tab, you can see share screen. There's a tab there.
Okay.
Down on your screen. Then when you click that, it takes you to your desktop. Then you can navigate to any area on your laptop where you can show us anything. Okay.
Oh, I can see it now.
Okay, you can see it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm not sure about what we start. I have that's what I said. It's not prepared. So
no, we don't need anything prepared. We just want to see something. Then we will arrange a formal webinar with you.
Yeah. Okay. So let me take a patient case. No, this is this one. This is an implant case I have done. Stop. And this is Photoshop. This is not requested. This is an implant case I have done. I put it on here to go through the pictures. Next one. This is how the implants are sitting. Not really friendly. What is that? The next one. You see, it's like a fork, you know. If they go to the garden and have a fork, it's looking similar.
Sure. This is fantastic.
You think?
Yes.
So this is the old situation. It's a man about 55, 56 years old.
Okay.
The old denture, it's relined with a soft reline to because of the implants. He had over a year, he had the soft reline. Bite situation was, this is a setup with acrylic teeth with a new situation. You see the middle line is a little bit of deviation, and we had to correct it a little bit. This one. This is how we do the try-in. We always make on these situations, we are starting with the try-in of the teeth, with the setup of the teeth, not with any abutments or something like that, only with the setup of the teeth. Because if I don't want where the teeth have to be afterwards, I'm not able to do any secondary construction over that. So I have to, at first, to figure out where the teeth have to be, and then we can, the complete situation. And after that, we can do these, how is it called? These impressions of the situation. Now you see what space I have to for my implants, for my primary and secondary construction. This is the other side. May I close some of these?
Yeah.
You see, it's complete improvisation. I have nothing prepared. So
sure. I think
next time I know.
Yeah, we're just okay with this. We're okay with this. We're okay with this. Please, may I request that you could let me schedule some kind of. Can you hear me?